Didn't score last season. Pirlo.
In a world of football filled with explosive speed, aggressive tackles, and emotional celebrations, there was one figure who stood apart. He didn't shout. He didn't sprint endlessly. He didn't rely on physical intimidation. And yet, whenever the ball touched his feet, the rhythm of the entire match seemed to change. That man was Andrea Pirlo. Andrea Pirlo was born on May 19, 1979, in Flero, near Brescia, Italy. From a young age, his talent was unmistakable. He possessed a delicate first touch, remarkable composure on the ball, and a vision that felt years beyond his age. He began his professional career with Brescia Calcio, where he initially played as an attacking midfielder, a classic number 10 with creativity flowing through his boots. His immense potential attracted the attention of Italian giants Inter Milan, who signed him in 1998. However, his time at Inter did not unfold as expected. He struggled to secure a consistent place in the starting lineup. The position he was asked to play did not fully unlock his strengths. He was loaned back to Brescia and later to Regina. For many young players, such instability could destroy confidence. But Pirlo was different. He remained calm. He trusted his ability. Everything changed in 2001 when he joined AC Milan. There, he encountered Carlo Ancelotti. Ancelotti made a bold decision. He repositioned Pirlo as a deep-lying playmaker, a regista. Instead of playing closer to goal, Pirlo was moved deeper, just in front of the defense. From that position, he could see the entire pitch like a chessboard. That tactical shift transformed him completely. Pirlo no longer needed to chase the game high up the field. Instead, the game flowed through him. At Milan, he formed one of the most iconic midfields in football history alongside Gennaro, Gattuso, Clarence Seedorf. And Kaká, Gattuso provided the defensive steel, tirelessly winning back possession. Seedorf added power and technical brilliance. Kaká brought speed and attacking flair. And at the center of it all, Pirlo was the brain, orchestrating every movement. Milan's golden era during that time was defined by success in the UEFA Champions League. Pirlo lifted the trophy in 2003 and again in 2007, the 2005 final in Istanbul against Liverpool FC remains one of the most dramatic nights in football history, when Milan surrendered a 3-goal lead and eventually lost on penalties. That defeat left deep scars. But 2 years later, Milan earned redemption. In the 2007 final, Pirlo controlled the tempo with composure and intelligence. Guiding his team back to European glory, his international peak arrived at the FIFA World Cup 2006 in Germany. Throughout the tournament, Pirlo was the heartbeat of the Italian national team. In the semi-final against host nation Germany, when the match seemed destined for penalties, Pirlo delivered a perfectly weighted assist to Fabio Grossa in the dying minutes. It was not just a pass, it was a moment of genius. Executed in a fraction of a second, in the final against France, he once again displayed extraordinary composure. During the penalty shootout, Pirlo stepped up as Italy's first taker and calmly converted his kick. Italy went on to win the World Cup. Pirlo was named among the best players of the tournament. He wasn't the loudest star. He wasn't the top scorer. But he was the foundation of Italy's triumph. In 2011, football fans were stunned when AC Milan decided not to renew his contract. At 32 years old, many believed his best years were behind him. But when he joined Juventus FC, the world quickly realized how wrong that assumption was. With Juventus, Pirlo experienced a second renaissance. He won 4 consecutive Serie A titles and became the centerpiece of Juventus' domestic dominance. In Turin, he played with complete authority. His long-range passes sliced through defenses with surgical precision. His free kicks were both elegant and lethal. Even against younger, more energetic midfielders, Pirlo dictated matches with intelligence rather than speed. He even guided Juventus to the 2015 Champions League final, proving he remained elite on Europe's biggest stage. Pirlo's playing style was often misunderstood. He was not fast. He was not physically imposing. He did not rely on brute strength. Instead, he possessed something far more valuable: football intelligence. He read the game to steps ahead of everyone else. He knew when to slow the tempo, when to switch play, and when to deliver a decisive pass that split an entire defense apart. Toward the end of his career, Pirlo chose a new adventure in the United States with New York City FC. There, he brought his European elegance to Major League Soccer. Though he was no longer competing for Champions League titles, his class remained undeniable. In 2017, he officially retired from professional football, closing a career filled with trophies, respect, and admiration. Andrea Pirlo's legacy is not defined solely by the silverware he collected, but by the way he reshaped the role of a deep-lying playmaker. He proved that a regista could dominate a game without relying on physical intensity. Many modern midfielders draw inspiration from his style, valuing vision, technique, and composure over sheer athleticism. Andrea Pirlo taught the world that football is not only about speed and strength. It is also about silence, patience, and thoughtfulness. He was a maestro who never needed to shout to be heard. Every touch of the ball was a note in a symphony. And when the conversation turns to the greatest midfielders of all time, Andrea Pirlo's name will always be there. Not because he was the loudest, not because he was the fastest, but because he understood the game better than almost anyone else.